Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to the Cricketing Hour. Pakistan go 1-0 up in the series. They take a massive victory against New Zealand in the first T20 at Lahore. To talk about that, we're here at the Cricketing Hour. So let's start with the toss then, Hadi. Did Pakistan dominate it right from the get-go? Yeah, were there some wobbles at the start?
I think the start was particularly wobbly. When we talk about that opening pair, Babar and Rizwan, they struggled with the new ball, and this is rare to see कि Babar और Rizwan दोनों new ball against अपनी classical drives or offside में ना खेल पाए. The ball was seaming a little bit, and it was pacey as well. So Rizwan just I think was having a terrible start from the get-go, and that showed जब वो LW हुए दो दफा हुए actually LW पर दोनों दफा बच गए. But तीसरी दफा I think उनका LW जब उनके लगा और उन्हें review से भी नहीं बच पाए. And then with Babar, I think the pressure got to him. The pressure of having a low strike rate in the power play. और उन्होंने बाहर निकल के शॉट मारने की कोशिश की, and I think that was just not his playing style and bold हो गए.
I have a bone to pick with both the openers because in a team score of 182, they played 15 dot balls in the first 5 overs. That's 50% dot ball percentage in the most valuable overs of the innings जब पूरा field अंदर आया होता है, and they couldn't exploit it. And had we done that better, हम अपनी resources को बेहतर maximize करते, we could have passed 190 200. तो that is definitely a worrying sign इतनी dot balls खेलना. थोड़ा सा मिडिल ऑर्डर पे बात करते हैं. फ़खर एंड साइम, आई थिंक दे वर एब्सोल्युटली ब्यूटीफुल, स्पेशली द लैटर. The way Saim has taken to international cricket has been like a fish to water, and he's been playing really selflessly because at a striker of 160 170 he's not been slowing down for milestones. Bichara 49 पे out हो गया था against Afghanistan and 47 today, and he's been taking on the right matchups, taking on all bowlers. इवन जब जेम नीशम ने अपना वन रन ओवर कराया था, उसमें भी वो हर बॉल पे पिच पे आके स्लॉग करने की कोशिश कर रहा था. एंड दैट इंटेंट आई थिंक इज द राइट अप्रोच टू सी इन द मॉडर्न गेम.
Yeah, I think in Pakistan struggles with having a decent strike rate during those middle overs. और क्या कहते हैं, Saim Ayub is coming and delivering from the get go. I think उन्होंने ball बंद से मारना शुरू किया, and it was not ramps or uppercuts which he plays often. It was classical shots उन्होंने मारी, cut shots, over extra cover shots, and which is great to see कि even on a tricky surface इतनी आसान pitch नहीं थी in my opinion आज, उस पे भी उन्होंने अच्छा perform.
Fakhar, I think it's good to see him back in some kind of form. Obviously, he got out pretty early to Matt Henry in the 14th over. Would have liked to see him carry on till the end because you always want a set batsman to hit out in the death overs. Unfortunately, he couldn't do that today. Let's talk a little bit about New Zealand's bowling today because I thought they were all over the place. This is not a 180 pitch at the Qasafi Stadium, it's a 150 160 pitch. We saw that in the PSL as well. And I think, frankly, that really Matt Henry ने अच्छी bowling कराई. He got a hat trick, of course. Congratulations to him. Adam Milne got 2 wickets up front, then went at an economy of 13. Similarly, बाकी भी जो bowlers थे, none of them could control the economy. Even death overs में Pakistan managed to score at a healthy rate. So I think New Zealand की bowling, this isn't their final form because Tim Saudi IPL में है, Lockie Ferguson IPL में है, but still this is not where New Zealand would want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And after getting that dream start, getting both the openers out at such an early stage, I think Pakistan was 24 for 2 or something like that. Or uske baad to let a youngster come into the game, Saim Ayub doesn't have that much experience. And Fakhar, who's been struggling to perform on a pitch that was tricky, I think it's not forgivable that you let them score a partnership of 90 something on a difficult pitch.
Let's talk about Pakistan's middle order as well, though, because apart from those two, they were essentially zero contributions. Fahim got about 20, but Imad couldn't get going. Neither could any of our other middle order players. तो मतलब शदाब भी नहीं चल पाए, इफ्तिखार भी नहीं चल पाए, and this is a big weakness. अब does this mean we turn back to Tayyib Tahir and Azam Khan, or should we stick with these players? Because middle order में ऐसे collapse तो नहीं होना चाहिए.
I think we should stick with these players. Okay, but if Iftihar, he was वो पहली ball पे out हुए, and that ball was I think pretty unplayable. To a certain extent, वो World Cup में भी ऐसी ball पे out हुए थे against India if I'm remembering correctly. So I think ये susceptible हैं अपनी on a length जो ball आती है. लेकिन I think we must stick with these players. Okay, with Shadab and with Imad, they've shown their form in the PSL, especially Imad Wasim. He was the third highest run scorer of the fourth highest run scorer. And we can see कि एक ऐसे player who comes in and bats at number 5 or 6 कितने valuable हैं वो team के लिए. एट अ पॉइंट अगर पाकिस्तान 65 और 5 हो जाए फिर से, जो होती रहती है पाकिस्तान की टीम, तो इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट कि कोई बंदा प्रोपेल करे टू दैट 150 और 160 स्कोर, और अगर हम फंस गए हैं एट दैट 160 स्टेज, somebody must be there to help to guide us to that 180 score.
Let's talk a little bit about tail order as well, because Haris Rauf managed to hit a 6 and a 4. Shaheen Afridi came out slogging as well, and I think he absolutely nailed that shot of Matt Henry. Bilkul boundary pe wo an unreal catch by Mitchell and Bose. And Matt Henry की hat trick की जरा बात करते हैं. I think it's pretty ironic because the third ball was just an out of this world catch, and the first ball was actually given not out. वो विकेट आई थिंक मैट हेनरी को नहीं देनी चाहिए, वो मैट हेनरी की हियरिंग एबिलिटी को देनी चाहिए, who somehow heard an edge which पूरे स्टेडियम में किसी को आवाज नहीं आई, किसी ने अपील नहीं किया, and somehow the ultra edge managed to pick it up. So a nice hat trick for him there as well. Fahim ने थोड़ी सी contribution दिखाई, but at the end Pakistan settled with 182. Maybe could have been a bit more, but I think ज़्यादातर loss इसमें न्यूजीलैंड का आता है. एक फैक्टर ये भी था आई थिंक न्यूजीलैंड के लिए, बिफोर वी मूव ऑन टू द सेकंड इनिंग्स, कि ड्यूरिंग द फखर साइम पार्टनरशिप न्यूजीलैंड्स ओनली स्पिनर्स वर सोदी एंड रचिन रबिंद्रा, both of whom turned the ball into the left-hander, so they didn't really have a negative matchup either for the pair.
नहीं, और absolutely they look non-threatening at all, क्योंकि seeing the matchups we have in T20 cricket, their main job was to restrict that run rate below at least 10 in those middle orders. Lekin when I think Ravindra came on to bowl and when Ish Sodhi came on to bowl, Saim Ayub kept on hitting on them, kept on banging them away for fours and sixes, and they weren't able to kind of put that run rate below 10.
Having said that, I think वो जितनी मर्जी अच्छी bowling करा लेते, if they were going to get out for 94, उसका कोई फायदा ना होता, because what a miserable batting performance we saw today. Couldn't get going at all. I don't think any player, Chapman ने थोड़े से runs किए, Latham ने किए, but no one looked like winning them the game. No one looked to be in the mood to even chase down 182. वो तो they were playing without a purpose today. So power play में Shaheen of course got a wicket, Zaman got a wicket, and so did Fahim. Haris Rauf bowled a brilliant over, gave away only a single in the power play. So, is there anything different New Zealand could have done, or was it just bad play?
I think it wasn't bad play, it was good bowling by Pakistan after a long time, because Shaheen came back after I think a couple of months for Pakistan, and his ball was swinging as we saw in the first couple of overs. The ball was seaming as well, and it was difficult to kind of make runs facing him in the first few overs. Or Zaman, he hit that short of a length again and again and got that ball to dip, got that ball to bounce, and that was eventually the undoing of the opener. And I think when we talk about their kind of power play run through the course of the match, it wasn't really bad batsmanship or bad the way they played. It was just the fact that Pakistan was all over them. Pakistan was coming on with one bowler to the next. Was Haris was coming on, Shadab was coming on, Imad was coming on. And I think that was the undoing of New Zealand.
I think the main thing which stands out to me from the Pakistan side was they had 7 bowlers. That's a rarity in any T20 side these days. And 7 quality bowlers, 3 spinners, 4 pacers. It's a very, very quality attack as well. And Haris Rauf, the pick of the bowlers, picked up 4 wickets. Shadab, I think, had an off day because conceding 10 and over in 3 overs when the innings is going like this isn't your best day, certainly. He didn't have a good outing with the bat either, and nor did he have an excellent PSL. So, don't you think Shadab Khan is a pretty big worry for the upcoming series in the World Cup?
I personally think Shadab isn't fit to play, because whenever he's shown these signs of bowling those short of a length balls and bowling those half crackers, it's a sign of when he's not been fit. And I think that's very worrying to see, seeing that the World Cup is coming up in pitches who are sprint friendly. So it's, I think, rough to see a player like Shadab not being at his best and not being fit at least, because he's not capable of bowling those good length balls. He's, I think, struggling for form and struggling for fitness as well.
Yeah, Pakistan needs a strong Shadab. I still think a Shadab on form is the strongest spinner currently available in Pakistan. From New Zealand side, I think Chapman and Neesham की partnership थोड़ी सी अच्छी थी when they tried to counter attack. But Pakistan, I saw that Shaheen only bowled 2 overs, Zaman only bowled 2 overs. After that, Babar didn't feel the need to go to them. So was this trying out your new bowlers for the upcoming series? Because मैच तो वैसे ही तब तक काफी हद तक क्लियर हो गया हुआ था कौन जीत रहा है, या फिर was it an actual strategy कि नहीं हमने अब शाहीन और या शायद जमान का पूरा कोटा नहीं कराना है if you have 7 overs 7 bowlers?
I think it was just trying out every single bowler. With Imad's case, he's wanted to, as in, want to introduce a spinner to the game. Or with the case of Shadab, I don't think they should have bowled Shadab the overs that he had. और उसके अलावा हारिस को उन्होंने ओवर्स दिए बिकॉज उसकी स्पेस बहुत ज़्यादा थी, पिच अच्छी जा रही थी, and they were just trying on new bowlers. I think that's fair enough to say कि आपके experienced players हैं Zaman और Shaheen, and it's good to see कि आप दूसरे players को chance दे रहे हो.
All right. Right then, let's move on to the future, talk about the series as a whole and how it leads up to the World Cup. पहली बात तो ये कि हम काफ़ी मतलब अजीब बात ही लगती है मुझे पाकिस्तान की, हम एक ओडीआई वर्ल्ड कप केयर में 5 मैच T20 सीरीज खेल रहे हैं, उससे पहले 3 मैच T20 सीरीज खेली अफगानिस्तान में, उससे पहले 34 मैच T20 फ्रेंचाइज लीग कराई है अपनी कंट्री में. तो आई थिंक ओडीआई हमने कोई खेला ही नहीं है फॉर द लास्ट 3-4 months. एंड खैर अभी T20 सीरीज चल रही है तो इसी की बात कर लेते हैं ज़रा. बट एनी चेंजेस फॉर द अपकमिंग गेम्स की किसी नए प्लेयर को ट्राई आउट करना चाहिए? आई वाज सरप्राइज्ड हारिस नहीं खेले आज. मे बी वो हारिस और मे बी दे वांट टू गिव इफ्तिखार अ कपल ऑफ गेम्स, फिर हारिस को खिलाएंगे. बट आपके ख्याल से पाकिस्तान का आइडियल 11 अभी क्या है?
I think Hasan को आना चाहिए टीम में in place of Fahim Ashraf. I don't think Fahim Ashraf को खिलाना चाहिए टीम में because he's not a batsman, not a general all-rounder, nor is he really a bowler. और उनसे खास ओवर भी नहीं कराते हम. ना उनकी पेस है, ना उनकी स्विंग है, ना उनकी सीम है. To be very honest, और I don't think there's a person of his caliber जो टीम में होना चाहिए. तो it's better कि हम Hasan को टीम में डालते ही comes with that genuine pace option, raw pace है उनके पास, वो short of length ball कराते हैं, and he really complements Shaheen and Haris. So I think Hasan should be in place of Fahim Ashraf, और उसके अलावा Haris should be in the place of, I think, या फिर इफ्तिखार या maybe Fakhr, because Fakhr is, yes, he played for that 47 today, लेकिन फिर भी उनका strike rate was on the lower side. When he looked to accelerate, वो तब भी out हो गया, which was kind of the difference between 180 and 200 of Pakistan.
I think the only change I'd make right now to the Pakistan side is कि फहीम की जगह मैं हारिस ले आऊँगा, मोहम्मद हारिस द कीपर बैट्समैन. आई डोंट थिंक अभी ये सानला की ज़रूरत है बिकॉज ऑलरेडी 7 बॉलर्स हैं. तो अगर फ़हीम अशरफ को निकाल के एक और बैट्समैन ले आए, बैटिंग को स्ट्रेंथन अप कर लें जो कि वैसे ही हमारा वीक पॉइंट है, वो आई थिंक थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा बेनिफिशियल रहेगा टीम कंपोजिशन के लिहाज से. Right then, I think that's a wrap then. So we have back-to-back games and the next match is about 20 hours away only in this Ramadan special series. So I think we'll be seeing you again very shortly.
Absolutely, and I think a great game we witnessed here today. Or let's see what Pakistan does. I really hope कि Pakistan कल collapse ना करे like they did today. I think मेरी हसन की बात भी हो रही थी कि Pakistan again from a moment where they looked to post 220 आज फिर से वो हो गए 136 for 5 or something like that. So I hope कल पाकिस्तान थोड़ा सा तमीज से खेलने, बाबर रिजवान का हमें थोड़ी सी ज़्यादा मिले बैटिंग. So let's see क्या बनता है, and let's hope for a great game tomorrow.
All right, that's a wrap then from the Cricketing Hour. Thanks for tuning in. Come tomorrow as well, and for the rest of the T20 series, यहाँ से Allah Hafiz.